whenever you start, you will just press the control button and lift very down small, and then you lock it up. Okay, wonderful people, in my last video I promised to demonstrate how you'll be able to control your pressure pump whenever you are bagging. So this is the pressure pump, but for the sake of this video, I am going to make some produce. Actually, we are not cutting water today, but for the sake of this video, I just want to demonstrate to you how you'll be able to control the pressure pump whenever you're bagging. Okay, so stay tuned for the demonstration. I just switched on the machine, you can see. So I'm waiting for the machine to the temperature to rise up before I start. So normally you will hear some tickling sound. Whenever you switch on the machine, you will hear some tickling sound, so you have to wait for it to heat up before you start cutting. Either than that, it will give you leakages. For the sake of this video, I am going to make some produce. Actually, we are not cutting water today, but for the sake of this video, I just want to demonstrate to you how you'll be able to control the pressure pump whenever you're bagging. Okay, so stay tuned for the demonstration. I just switched on the machine, you can see. So I'm waiting for the machine to the temperature to rise up before I start. So normally you will hear some tickling sound. Whenever you switch on the machine, you will hear some tickling sound, so you have to wait for it to heat up before you start cutting. Either than that, it will give you leakages if the heat temperature the temperature is not that, up. So you have to wait for it to rise up, okay, before you start cutting. So you can touch to feel the heat level. Okay, and whenever you are bagging too, you have to be very careful, because this particular portion can cut your fingers. It can cut off your fingers, so you have to be very, very careful whenever you're bagging. So before I start, I will switch on the pressure pump. Yes, so I'll turn up the pressure pump, and then as soon as that is turned up, you have to fix the row inside the middle of that two space, and just as soon as you switch it on and you have placed your row, you have to open the water using the regulator. So the moment you open the water using the regulator, you will notice that it is coming up, the water is rising up in the rubber. Okay, so you have to bring it up a little bit gradually and lock it. If you are bringing it up, as if you are closing it. You bring it up as if you are closing it to a certain point, then you lock it. So as soon as you do that, you realize that it will stay at that level for some time. And you have to also make sure that the pan is dry, the slate is very dry, so that whenever there is a leakage, you will be able to detect it quickly. You see it's rising up. So I have to do it again, bring it up a little bit, then I will lock it. Yes, this is how it is being done. It will not be stable, but it can stay for quite some time for you to do a numerous number of bagging. You can package a lot of bags before it will start misbehaving. So with the pump regulator, it is dicey. You cannot get it constantly. With time, it will misbehave. The water will rise up, so you have to pay attention as you do it. You have to pay attention, looking at the water at the same time bagging. So it's not an easy job, but you can do it. It's simple. So always try to set it at a level where it will not rise up and it won't give you leakages. You have to do this. It's very, very important. So in this way, you'll be able to work conveniently without the regulator or without the pressure pump giving you problems. Okay, so one thing is, anytime the water rises up in the rubber, in the nylon rubber to that metal pulling, to the level of the metal pulling it down, so with the regulator you will be tapping it. The moment you realize that the water wants to rise up to the level of the metal pulling the nylon, you have to be tapping it with your finger. Yes, you have to tap it with your finger. You don't press it with your whole hand. You will be tapping it gradually with your finger. If it is supposed to go down, you will tap it. If it is supposed to come up, you will also tap it in that way. Yes, it's not difficult at all. It's not actually difficult. So those of you who are looking forward to know how to regulate the water, this is how everybody wanted is everybody and how they are doing it, everybody and how they does it. Okay, so try as much as you can to do it in a way that it will not disturb you, in a way that you will have ample time to do the packaging. Yes, because situation where the water is not stable and at the same time you have to package, at the end of the day you realize that your produce, they will be falling on the floor. Okay,